Dick Van Dyke, the legendary entertainer whose career has spanned decades and delighted generations with his infectious charm and unparalleled comedic timing, recently opened up about a light-hearted yet revealing anecdote from his past that sheds light on his deep friendship with the iconic Mary Tyler Moore. This story, shared during a charity event where Van Dyke was engaging with guests in a more personal and reflective manner, highlights not just the playful banter between two Hollywood titans but also the mutual respect and vulnerability that underpinned their bond. At the heart of the tale is a simple caricature, a drawing that Van Dyke created of Moore, which unexpectedly sparked a moment of frustration from the actress, leading to a redo that ultimately captured her essence more accurately. Van Dyke, now in his 90s and still as spry and witty as ever, recounted the incident with a twinkle in his eye, emphasizing how the initial sketch fell short in his eyes and, more importantly, in hers. He explained that the first version of the cartoon featured Moore's mouth exaggerated in a way that he later realized was unflattering. "I made her mouth too big and she was so pissed at me," Van Dyke shared with the audience, his voice carrying the warmth of fond remembrance mixed with a touch of self-deprecating humor. This wasn't just a casual slip-up. It was a moment that underscored Moore's self-awareness and her insistence on authenticity, even in jest. Van Dyke, known for his roles in timeless classics like Mary Poppins and his own groundbreaking sitcom The Dick Van Dyke Show, where he first crossed paths professionally with Moore, revealed that her reaction prompted him to revisit the drawing with greater care. "The redo, as Van Dyke described it, became a labor of love. I had to go back and draw it again. I mean, she had a beautiful mouth, but it was generous," he elaborated, painting a picture of Moore not as a distant star but as a close friend who demanded precision and honesty in representation. This generosity of spirit in her features, which Van Dyke captured more faithfully the second time around, mirrored the generosity she showed throughout her career, both in her performances and in her personal interactions. Moore, who rose to fame alongside Van Dyke in The Dick Van Dyke Show from 1961 to 1966, where she played the quintessential housewife Laura Petrie, was no stranger to navigating the male-dominated world of television comedy. Her character's evolution from a supporting role to a symbol of female empowerment in later years spoke volumes about her influence, and moments like this caricature episode remind us of the human side beneath the glamour. Delving deeper into their shared history, it's worth reflecting on how Van Dyke and Moore's professional partnership laid the groundwork for one of television's most beloved ensembles. The show, created by the brilliant Carl Reiner, was revolutionary for its time, blending slapstick humor with poignant insights into marriage and work-life balance. Van Dyke's character, Rob Petrie, the bumbling yet endearing comedy writer, often found himself in absurd predicaments, with Moore's Laura providing the perfect foil, grounded, witty, and effortlessly graceful. Off-screen, their chemistry translated into a genuine friendship that endured long after the series ended. Van Dyke's anecdote about the caricature isn't isolated. It echoes other stories from their era where stars like them used art and humor to navigate insecurities. Moore, in particular, was vocal later in life about her struggles with body image and the pressures of Hollywood's beauty standards, making Van Dyke's adjustment to the drawing a subtle nod to her advocacy for realistic portrayals of women. As Van Dyke shared this memory at the charity event, the room filled with laughter and applause, a testament to the enduring appeal of these golden age anecdotes. But beyond the chuckles, the story invites a broader contemplation of legacy in entertainment. Van Dyke, who has won multiple Emmys and a Grammy, continues to work, recently appearing in projects like Mary Poppins Returns and earning a Daytime Emmy at age 98, reminding us that talent like his doesn't fade. Moore, who passed away in 2017 at 80, left behind a body of work that includes her own sitcom The Mary Tyler Moore Show, which broke barriers by centering a single woman in the workplace. Their friendship, marked by moments of constructive criticism like the caricature redo, exemplifies the collaborative spirit that fueled Hollywood's creative heyday. Expanding on the caricature itself, Van Dyke's artistic talents are often overlooked amid his acting prowess. He was an accomplished pantomimist and even illustrated his own autobiography, Man on the Moon, showcasing a dexterity that went beyond the screen. The decision to draw Moore wasn't random. It stemmed from a tradition among friends in the industry to exchange personalized gifts or tributes. When Van Dyke first presented the sketch, Moore's reaction, pissed, as he put it, wasn't anger born of vanity but a fierce protectiveness over her image, honed from years of fighting typecasting. In the 1960s, television demanded perfection from its female leads, and Moore, with her expressive features and warm smile, became an icon partly because she embodied relatability. By insisting on a redraw, she ensured that the caricature honored that truth, turning a potential embarrassment into a cherished memento. This incident also highlights the evolution of celebrity friendships in Hollywood. Today, with social media amplifying every interaction, such candid exchanges might go viral, but in Van Dyke and Moore's time, they were private treasures shared in living rooms or green rooms. Van Dyke's willingness to share it now, decades later, serves as a bridge between eras, inviting younger audiences to appreciate the humanity behind the legends. He didn't just redraw the mouth, he redrew the narrative, emphasizing Moore's beauty as generous, a word that evokes kindness, abundance, and the way she gave so much to her craft and colleagues. It's a small story but one that resonates with themes of growth, forgiveness, and the joy of creative correction. To fully appreciate the context, consider the charity event itself, a gathering likely focused on causes close to Van Dyke's heart, such as dementia research or arts education, given his advocacy. By weaving in this personal tale, he humanized the evening, reminding attendees that even icons like him and Moore were navigating imperfections. Moore's upset wasn't a rift, it was a catalyst for better art, much like how their on-screen mishaps in the Dick Van Dyke Show led to iconic episodes. Episodes like It May Look Like a Walnut, where Rob's insecurities drive the plot, parallel this real-life moment, showing how vulnerability fuels comedy. In retrospect, Van Dyke's revelation feels like a gentle elegy to Moore, celebrating her impact while acknowledging the quirks that made her real. Their partnership not only entertained but educated, paving the way for shows like The Mary Tyler Moore Show that empowered women. As Van Dyke continues to inspire, stories like this ensure Moore's spirit endures, generous, beautiful, and unapologetically herself. The anecdote, brief as it is, expands into a tapestry of friendship, artistry, and resilience, proving that even a too big mouth can lead to heartfelt harmony.